Hi guys, this is VengeanceTech, and today I'm playing on the NightOwl server. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys, I think it's Chadward that did this. He built a bathroom on the server. And it actually sounds like someone is having some difficulties in the bathroom. I just kind of was running past this, and I kind of thought this was kind of funny. I don't know where he is, but this guy's having some serious problems. I don't know where he's at. But anyway, Chadward, I think you're gonna have some plumbing problems in your bathroom. That's the way this guy sounds. Oh. Yep, he's definitely having some problems. But anyway, actually I wasn't really planning on recording. I was just kind of testing something. Actually, let me just kind of tell you guys about it. My neighbor, well, actually this is, yeah, my neighbor, well, first of all, he's a kid. He wanted me to see if I could put together a computer. You know, I didn't think anything of it, and I kind of said, yeah, sure, I can do that. I can put a computer together for you. He comes over, you know, pretty much every few days, and kind of it's kind of you know, he kind of plays on my, you know, computers and, you know, things like that, and, you know, he's a good kid and everything. And he asked me if I could build him a computer, and, you know, I didn't think anything of it, and, you know, I said, yeah, sure, and, you know, didn't think anything of it. So I'm actually playing on his computer right now. What he did is he said that he had some pop cans, and I didn't think anything of it. So I said, yeah, okay, well, you know, if you can get it, you know, get enough money to do this, you know, I'll put together a computer for you. Well, the other day he dropped off, I don't know how many bags of pop cans, you know, on my, well, basically my front porch, and, you know, I was like, just, you know, it kind of shocked me. But anyway, we ended up talking to him, and we ended up taking his pop cans down to the recycler, and you know, turning them in for, you know, money, and basically he got about $270 in pop cans, you know, from, I don't know how long he's been collecting them and things like that, and he wanted me to build him a computer. So, you know, built him a computer, and basically we selected a few, you know, the kind of the, you know, I guess an affordable collection of parts. This is using the new A10 APU processor by AMD. It's a A10-7850K. And I was really kind of quite impressed with it. Let me kind of show you. You know, my frame rates, you know, I'm getting, you know, basically 30, 40, 50 frames per second. Sometimes less, 25. But what's neat about this computer is the entire cost of this computer was less than $200. What we have is a micro center that's close to us, and I'm not going to really advertise Micro Center, but you can pretty much get these, you know, components online. What's nice about like Micro Center is that they give away, free motherboards with processor purchase. So if you have a Micro Center close to you, it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, this computer costs less than $200, and it runs Minecraft, and you can actually record. The frame rate actually is a little bit better when you're not recording. Because right now, it's seeing 65, 48 frames per second, and it drops down every once in a while. But the interesting thing about it is that Saito's tower, it's less than $200, and I'm thinking about this, and it's like, I got video cards that cost more than this computer, and this plays Minecraft just fine. It's using it's a gigabyte motherboard. It's came free with the processor, so there was no cost there. Remember to eat. Thought I was getting hit. But yeah, it's using a gigabyte motherboard. And what's interesting about this is I installed Linux for them. I figure it's good enough for this bathroom just kind of cracks me up. It's good enough for running Minecraft and things like that. If you're running Windows, you're gonna probably see a little less frames per second, just because the operating system is, well, Linux is a little faster with like OpenGL games, which is what Minecraft is. Windows does other things really well, so I'm not gonna knock that. But as you can see, it doesn't quite load in the world very fast. That has something to do with the internet connection with this computer. It's a fairly slow connection, but it'll eventually load in. That has nothing at all to do with the computer here. Kill those spiders. And one of these days I'm going to have to actually fix the mushroom farm. There we go. Yeah, the mushroom farm's not working. But anyway, this is more or less just kind of a test recording, and kind of show you what you can get with, just by recycling pop cans. My next recording will probably be on my computer. Right now I'm just kind of playing around here. Yeah, the world doesn't load very good. I like this road. But anyway, I'll give you an idea of the components and cost and things like that. We're using Corsair memory. It's a gigabyte motherboard. I can't think of the model. It's an A10-7850K processor. There's no DVD drive in this computer. I used an external DVD drive to install Linux. And one of the interesting things about this is that it's not actually installed on a hard drive. It's actually running Linux off a USB key. We did that just for cost. The USB key is basically it's a $20 USB key, and it runs Linux just fine off of it. And he'll eventually get a hard drive. But to give you an idea, I believe the motherboard and CPU cost $119. The memory was $80. The case is a repurposed e-machine case. If you're not familiar with e-machines, they were sold at Best Buy and things like that. The power supply is also out of that e-machine, so there's nothing surprising there. Chicken farm. But yeah, I just kind of want to show this off, and basically it's well, $200 computer, and you can play Minecraft off of it. Now it's probably not a good upper end kind of computer, and of course you can see this lag is not server related or the computer related. What it is this is a really poor internet connection, so it has nothing to do with that. But if you're looking for a recommendation, I really kind of like this setup. Rain. So for all your budget people out there, I think this is a nice way to go. Now this is the first time I've done anything with the A10 or any of the AMD APUs. Runs just fine under Linux. I would assume that it runs just fine under Windows too. Hey guys, this is VengeanceTech once again. I kind of wanted to show you real quick on a single player world what you're going to expect for frame rates and things like that. Because on a server, actually I'm going to have to kill the pig real quick. I am always starving today. But anyway, what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you my frame rate on a single player world. And right now it's about 70, 80 frames per second. Sometimes dropping down to 50. But I just kind of want to let you know that, what it's like on a single player world. Just because, well, sometimes on servers, your frame rate's a little bit less than ideal. But, this is very acceptable. And I'm very impressed with this processor, and I'm very impressed with this $200 computer. And of course then my frame rate drops to 40. It's probably generating chunks or something. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you this. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave comments, and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye guys.